what you're telling me. We're back again with the Well Seasoned podcast. I am Shak Omar.
I'm Devon Anderson Wagwan.
And we out here. I mean, we're a little delayed start because we've actually been told that we take longer to get ready than a lot of female podcasts are coming here.
Yeah, man, I got this, the curly hair routine.
Look at all of this. Look at this beard. Look at the curls. Look at all
fades.
New beard,
new me. Call me Turkish Delight.
It's mad. The new beard, circular.
New beard.
Talk to me about that, man. I
want
to go straight into your new beard, man.
Oh, okay. Like, do you know what? I cheated on my barber today for the first time. I like my barber.
He's Jose.
I like him a lot, like as a person, but like, I thought I'd experiment. I thought
I'd to experiment.
Go back to the ends, and he blessed me up. Blessed me up nicely.
New look.
Nicely.
Look at the curve on that, man.
You like it?
I rate it, man.
Yeah, man.
It's something new because out of us two, I'm always the one with something new to do with my hair. Like, I've dyed my hair blonde.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of the beard and have the goatee. I'll go baldy. Yeah. I'll do all that. And then I always see you little laughing at me when you just see something new. So today the tables are turned, man.
Would you ever cheat on your barber, Shaq?
Nah, man, I'm loyal.
You're loyal, yeah?
I'm loyal.
Oh, yeah?
Aye, because, when you got a barber that, you connect with, man, and he does the trim correctly every time.
Do you know what? The bond between a man and
life
his
lessons. There's some life. If you used to sit in while I'm getting my hair trimmed, big up Obi, by the way.
Yeah.
There's some life lessons, man.
So you're telling me, okay,
lot,
so if by some mad chance, yeah, he wasn't available and you got a trim and it was everything that you dreamed of.
Do you know what? There was remember when we went Marbs, I think it was second year.
Yeah.
And Obi weren't available. So I was panicking the day before Marbs, like, I've not got a trim here. So I went to some random Turkish barber. Yeah. And he blessed me up decent. He blessed me up decently. Decent. And I've been back to him once when Obi's not, but Obi's always first choice, man.
Oh, you hearing this,
Obi's
Obi?
always first choice, man. Big up. I know you're watching, hopefully.
Nah, I feel bad. I cheated on my barber. I don't know if I'm gonna I'm gonna mix it up. I like to be around. I'll spread myself amongst the barbers.
It looks good, man. We're out here with freshly done for a new episode.
Fresh trimmage. Oh, yeah, our last episode was fire.
Our last episode was fire, man. Episode 1.
We had Michael Griffo. Hey, do you know what I thought? I'm gonna be honest. Hey, I thought he was gonna blow up.
I thought we'd be sitting here with a bag of money.
I thought, yeah. Listen, after that,
all them millions of all the Love Island fans.
Listen,
and
I thought I was going to be the new
fans.
KSI.
Nah, honestly, I was preparing to be the new Chunks from Philly today.
I was picking out celebrities to scrap.
I was like, yo, I was waking up every morning, checking my phones, checking my emails, seeing celebrity names saying, bring me on the pod. And
do you know what I thought? I thought me and Maya Jammer next year Brit Awards.
Hey, bro.
I thought I'd catch a wine, innit?
Hey, when I said that's snaky for a girl, man. Maya Jammer's another one, I'd have to lips that, still.
Really?
Yeah, I'd do that still.
Stormzy, I hope you're watching. Shak Omar music, innit? Instagram, find him.
If you're watching, man. If you're watching, you need a hook, man. Shout me. But yeah, it was a good episode. Obviously, we had episode 0, just a little intro to us. Mm-hmm. Episode 1 with Michael Griffo. So episode 2, today we're going to kind of get more into us because obviously we're the only 2 people. Shout out to the people in the room.
Yeah, we got people
Orbs on backs, all of that. But yeah, we're going to just kind of intro
Chris
ourselves.
Breezy and J. Cole. I wish we could pan. Do you know what? We're not even going to pan. Just get some pictures of them up.
Yeah.
Jacob can sort that. Just little Backery, Aubrey.
We're baiting faces out, man. No face, no case, but we're baiting them out. But yo, I was going to say, today is an opportunity to kind of get to know us a bit more in depth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, talk a bit more.
Because like at the end of the day, who would want to know about us? Who would want to talk to us? We should be guests on our own podcast. Do you know what I mean? I should be interviewing you. Should be interviewing me.
Yeah.
You don't look convinced about that one. Okay.
I don't know, we could be a guest on our own podcast. We're doing it now.
Very true. But anyways, I'm rambling. So what's been going on this week? What's been going on in the last... Firstly, I want to get into something that we talked about last week. And there's been some more movements in this whole Jake Paul. We talked about Jake Paul. We tried to set up a fight between Jake Paul Griffo and Jake Paul and Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
We're waiting on that. We're waiting on the invites to be in this corner.
It escalated, so I don't know if he's going to
now I think he's... Well, got your hat.
Got your hat.
Bro, what do you think about that, man? Because like...
I'm going to be honest. Yesterday, I had some time on my hands and I got into a YouTube hole. You know, you can just go from hole to hole to hole.
That's me every night.
And I got onto a Jake Paul YouTube hole. And I'm ashamed to say, bro, I like the kid. I like him, because I'm not backing him for boxing. Yeah. But I like what he's doing. And at the end of the day, that amount of money that you're getting from fighting. How can you both brothers, not even be professional boxers, fighting one of the greatest of all time?
And there was a list of like that Jake Paul Ben Askren fight, the buys, they put in them like the 1.5 million. It was in like the top 10 of like boxing.
How much money do you think they're getting for that one fight to get knocked out?
They're already little rich boys as well, and then now they're just.
How much money would you take to get banged up? Basically, if somebody's turned around to you and said, "I'm gonna knock you out," yeah. How much money would you?
Fam, I'm on my ass right now, bro. I take a little 10 G's or something.
10 G's. Hey, listen, anybody want to knock Shaq out for 10 G's? We're here.
If anyone wants to come, I'm throwing back, but joking, man. Depends who it is, innit? Pick your battles, innit? And all that. But with Jake, I say Jake's the best troll we've seen since Tekashi 6ix9ine. Because he does not care about being liked. No. And I rate that. I rate it if you like, because he doesn't try and backtrack and be like, oh, like, he just doesn't care. He's out there. Even when Logan phoned him and like, yeah, you're banned from the fight, you know. And he's like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Like that. He doesn't care, man.
He took a dig as well. He definitely took
Floyd binked him, man. Floyd binked him.
Yeah.
But people were trying to say, is it staged? But I don't think it was, because why would Floyd make himself look like that?
The thing about Floyd is, he'll do something. Like, he lost his head clearly. But he'll come back and say, you know, I know how to sell a fight.
Yeah.
It's not about that. You definitely lost your head. I don't care what you're saying.
Because when do you ever see Floyd Mayweather? He had like 4 press conferences with Conor McGregor. Conor was rubbing his head. He was talking to his daughter.
Yep.
He was throwing every...
Didn't take his hat though.
Tried to take his hat, didn't take his hat. So Jake's already got one up on Conor. But he tried every trick in the book to like push Floyd. And Floyd always just stayed professional. Any press conference Floyd's been, you never see him lose his cool. And then this YouTube kid just comes up, got your hat, and Floyd flipped.
I think it's because his trim was dead. That's what I think the truth of the matter is, he had pepper grain head, and he was like, I'm exposed with my pepper grain head, and he flipped.
Do you know what I think happened, As soon as the hat come off, he just thought in his head, what's going on 50's Instagram? What's going on 50's Instagram? And he flipped, bro, because he knows 50 was there waiting to just drop a little bar on him. But yeah, like, that's the most aggressive I've ever seen Floyd. Like,
I've never seen him
including his fights, bro. He walked him down and went swinging, bro. Like, he's never done that in his fights. You get me?
The thing about Jake Paul is everybody wants to kill him. Everybody wants to be that person that knocks him out.
Yeah.
And like, I started to not feel sorry for him, but he is that guy that just people, you want to knock him out.
But he's like the thing, like with 6ix9ine though, like, he's put himself in that position. Like 6ix9ine had some elite trolls. You remember when he was like,
but 6ix9ine was out here snitching.
But he was dangerous. Yeah,
he was singing like a song.
But before that though, do you ever remember the one where he was like beefing with all them Chicago O Block guys, all the goons from Chicago, and he was like, this is when you know you're an elite troll, and then he was like, I'm in O Block, and he posted a picture of him stood in the middle of O Block, and then all of them were on Instagram and all of them were looking for him. Like, where is he? He'd obviously been. Middle of the night, took the picture, got back in his car, went off, and then posted it hours later, and they were all out looking for him.
How's he alive?
I'm thinking, bro, he's one step ahead.
I don't understand how he's alive. Genuinely don't understand how he's alive, because you can't, on a big scale, he snitched on a big scale.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's just come out and he's still just active with chess, man, just trying to troll. But no one's really listening to that because everyone's like, he's a snitch. But other than that, what else is going on in the world, man?
We got at the minute currently, we got Palestine. Which is mad, and for me personally, I know for a fact I didn't know enough about it.
That's exactly what I was.
Because I don't believe in a lot of people just jump online to post to catch trend, innit?
Exactly.
Because they have to do it. Seen it with Black Lives Matter.
That's another.
People don't care about black. Certain people didn't care about Black lives, but they were out here in support. And I'm not one of them people that's willing to post something I don't know enough about. So this week I've tried to learn about it.
Because you've seen with the Black Lives Matter thing as well, people aren't educated on it. And they will post because they feel pressure to post, and then they'll post something wrong and they'll get slated for what they've posted. So I didn't want to do that about Palestine, because I don't feel as though I'm in a position or I'm educated enough on the subject to talk about it. So until I'm educated enough to do that, like, I'm not gonna. I've posted things that have like educated me. So then, like, if someone's in my position and doesn't know, then they can click on it and look, because there's a lot of things breaking it down, like simplifying it.
And even there's a guy that he always hits the mark, Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
I just think the way he presents himself and he speaks, you just understand it. The most complicated subjects, you understand. And even he's saying, like, it goes back so far, it's very hard to decide who's right and wrong, because it's been a back and forth. Like, from what I've been learning, it's just back and forth, and they've both done bad stuff. But what's mad is it's the most holiest of lands. And it's
not new either. It's been like...
warring.
Yeah, it's not new either, because I remember, like, it's been going on for years, but all of a sudden, like, just like the last few weeks, it's really like intensified in the media and stuff like that. So a lot more people are being aware of it. But I was gonna say about the Black Lives Matter thing as well. It's coming up to like a year of the George Floyd thing, innit?
Yeah, man,
May,
that's
May,
tough.
June. It was. So I remember like we were in the lockdown on the first one. Got like the protests and all that happened. And you'd see like social media was not the place on like at that time, because I feel as though everyone was just either treading on eggshells and then or there's pressure to post. And people are putting on a story, if anyone doesn't post about this like today, you're against us. And I'm feeling like, don't put that pressure on people. Like, just because they haven't posted about it yet does not mean they're racist.
Also, what was confusing as well was, do you remember Dizzy? Dizzy got put on Piers Morgan, and he got asked about it, and he said, "I don't want to talk about it."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
and
that.
he was praised for that, for saying, "Look, I don't want to talk about it. It's not my thing." Whereas some people were getting slated for not posting, and then in another breath, you see Dizzy come on and he took a stand. And he was respected for that as well. So it's a bit like, okay, which one is it? Are we able to not post?
Yeah.
Or do we have to post?
I feel as though because it was Piers Morgan and Dizzy, like, no, a white person shouldn't hold a black person accountable to tell them how they feel, because they don't know how they feel.
100%.
They can't relate. So you can't be like, why are you not talking about it as a white person saying to a black person? Because it cuts deeper than that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
they might not feel ready to talk about it, or it's an emotional thing. Like, you hits home hard. So
Also, some of the stuff, I think people were very, like, not thinking about what they were posting. Because some of that stuff's traumatic. Like, we had to sit and watch a man die, and without a choice. Like,
course.
sometimes that was just put there. Like, the imagery that you're seeing for some people can be traumatic, and people aren't thinking about it. They're just posting it. Like, we shouldn't have to watch a black person die. Like, that's a bit hardcore, like, for me.
And as much as like you want to raise awareness for it, this is another thing, when around that time you want to raise awareness and you want to put as much information out for people to learn, but sometimes you go on social media just to escape all that and just for like a little bit of jokes, and everything was just
hard.
It was like, where could you go for like, I want to go to Twitter and see jokes, and then it's everything. And that's not a bad thing that like awareness is being raised, but
I think
it
the only safe place where you wouldn't see the George Floyd or black people getting beat up was Pornhub.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose
true.
I suppose you did see some black people
Then
getting
again,
beat up in another way.
There's a lot of low key racism on there, Pornhub, man.
Bro,
Are we really gonna get into that?
Well, the comment section. Pornhub.
Or just even the storylines, bro. Like, I got my white businessman. He's so rich. But I just seen his like bodyguard, some big black bodyguard. I couldn't wait, bro.
Do you know what I thought about? Do you know what I thought about? Yeah, I thought about like. It's mad. Do you know what I thought about?
How we segued into this?
Hey, this is the Well Seasoned podcast.
This is Well Seasoned, baby.
Do you know what I thought about occasionally is this year? I thought, why don't I be the best actor in porn? Because, no, but like, think about it, yeah? What if I just go in, yeah, and be the actor, right?
But not beat.
And not beat, and just make my way out, and we could do like some epic movie and I'm acting in it, get the P's, and then when it comes to beating, I just like,
I hear that,
I've
though,
got to go pick up my niece.
But then if you're watching the film and you're like, yo, he's this little side man, he's just walking out, not getting in on the beat.
I'm not a side man, I'm going to be there crying and all sorts, deep.
Yeah, so you're the one who's like, missus getting stolen and that. And then Big Jerome with the Timberlands on is just whacking.
I don't know if I could do that still.
Man. Because also the acting's trash, man. So you don't want to affect your brand.
There's certain donnies that have to sit there and watch while. Anyway,
bro,
we've got to bad place.
Yeah, where did people go from here, bro? I'll let you take it, man. Because bro, my head's gone here.
From Pornhub to. We was talking about this.
We can't go from there back here to back there. We really
Of course
can't,
we
man.
can. We can take it. What
else is happening? Okay, I'll go into a quick little segue. Bad news happened. There's some like bad news. Man City won the league, man.
Are you upset about it?
I mean, I expected it. In terms of this is the well-seasoned segment of football. If anyone interested in football, we'll touch on this a little bit. But football's been a peak sport this year. It's been a dead season.
Shit, I don't watch football.
Yeah, you don't watch football. Who's your team for those that don't know?
I'm a gooner in it, and times are hard, man. But like, I don't know. I can't
See,
even
if we were in here like a week earlier, I'd be like, yeah, we're the defending champions, but we're not even that. No, like we're not champions anymore.
You are struggling.
We've officially handed our title over to Manchester City to peak.
They deserve it. Everyone's been shit.
They do. They've not even been great themselves, but they've been better than everyone else. It's not even. Yeah, everyone's. It's been a bad season. No fans. Just football's not the same without fans, man.
I don't know. There was a point where you could hear everything that was going on the pitch, and I found that quite interesting.
When you was watching the games, did you watch it with the crowd noise on or the crowd noise off?
No. I flicked to and fro depending on what it was, but I quite liked hearing the professionals how they speak as opposed to like the Sunday League Mandem.
Yeah, you can just hear Jordan Enders and go, Sadio, go long, and fucking just chipping the ball. Is that a good accent? You looking at me like that?
I was looking at you. I was trying to decide. I think it was power.
It's all right.
I think it was good.
Let me know, people. But yeah, I always watch it with the crowd noise on, man. I can't watch them no crowd noise ones. It just reminds me of like going to watch a little Sunday League game and that.
Next year, will you be back? Do you think?
Liverpool, will Liverpool be back? Depends what happens in the summer. I mean, we need Big Verge back, but I mean, City are going to take some. I think Chelsea are going to be up there next season as well. Yeah. We've finally got a good manager, Tuchel, and then he's going to have a big summer as well. They've always got peas to spend.
I think City and Chelsea are going to have their pick of the best players.
Yeah.
I think. And they're going to decide, like Haaland, I don't know if he'll go Chelsea or City, but
could do.
With Aguero going, I think they'll go big.
They need. It's a mad one because I feel as though we're just, especially if we don't make Champions League.
Definitely ain't getting Mbappe. That's what I know.
Yeah, that was a dream. But I don't want to talk about football anymore.
No.
I've already.
Okay. We'll move on because, girl, them. I hope you're still hearing it.
Well seasoned, baby.
Let's move on to you. What are you? I've been speaking to people about dating lately. Somebody was chatting to me about dating yesterday, and what's your views on dating, bro? How do you do your thing?
Dating, how do I do my thing?
Well, I don't know if it would unreal
dating dating in general.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's different, isn't it?
What
are you coming for? Oh, you got a coffee, you got corona, you need the little vaccine thing. Dating, my thing with dating and just the other opposite sex and all of that is just live your life, innit? That's my message. You do what you want to do. There's no right or wrong way of doing it, man. If you wanna get straight to the point and just say what you're on, if you're on smoke, that's fine. But if you wanna do the whole courting thing, 90-day rule, wine and dine thing, then of course that's up to you as well.
Okay, so my views on dating, I hate it. I think that it's like, do you want to know why? It's because dating is one big lie. You're only getting the best of that person, right?
Okay.
So you're going to have how many odd dates just knowing the best of that person. Because imagine when you go for your date, you want to wear your best garms.
It's like going in for a job interview.
You want to impress the girl, so you might start paying for everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's an unrealistic start to any relationship.
Of course.
And because of that dating, I think what happens is, you see how you see certain girl and man changing man like that? Pow. It's because they do the whole dating thing, then they get to know the person. Actually know the person.
Yeah, know the real them.
Yeah, and then you're like, I don't like this person.
I try and show the real me from the jump, If you like it, you'd like it. You don't.
Yeah.
Some may say that's toxic, but like, bro, you have to just be real with it. Like,
bro, I'll give you an example, Years and years ago, I was in a club and a girl come up to me and she was like, "You're not going to buy me a drink, right?" And I said, no. And I'll tell you,
I've done that before,
I will tell you why I say no, and I'm being honest, is because I'm being me from the jump. Like, I don't think that I should go out and impress you. Like, I'll buy you a drink, but don't ask me for it, because then I definitely don't want to give you a drink. Like, and I also think that there's an unrealistic, like, certain girl out there, they want to go Nobu No Boo.
Nobu No Boo.
But what if you ain't got Nobu No Boo money? You're made to feel inferior.
You got Nobu money and you end
I've got Nobu.
I was setting it up for that one. You went there. You got me before. But literally, I feel as though there's just an unrealistic expectation, especially if you're paying for everything. When does that point stop where you stop paying?
Exactly.
Because I know a girl and she was like, "Oh yeah, like I've been seeing this guy for months and I've never paid for anything. Like every time." She's like, I just stopped taking like my purse because anytime we go out, he just offers to pay. And I'm thinking, what are you offering? What do you bring to the table apart from the
Yeah. But like, I think it's an unreal, like,
but it's powerful though still. It holds a lot of weight, but like, you have to bring, for me, I got to bring more than that. Like,
I think I believe when it comes to dating, each privilege is earned. both ways. Like for me, we'll see how we're doing, and then you earn the next stage. I might turn up with a likkle flowers or something.
Wait, is that you? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying,
man.
But like, you've got to beat the boss each level, and then
boss.
Then you can, because often, like, what are girls doing for us?
If you give everything on the first impression, then you've got nothing
to give
left to give. So I feel as though you got to earn the best of me.
Yeah.
Over time. Whereas if you give all and you try and give this good impression, that it's good. To be fair, if we're being really honest, man do that just for the beat, innit? They hope that the best impression is the beat, and then afterwards, when they see the bad stuff, he's like, but
then that's you going into the situation just to get the beat, innit? But
exactly. But I think like when man do, I feel as though when man do all that, to try and make the best impression and go over the top, I think that's why. Because a lot of them don't show the real them. A lot of them will waste. It ends up wasting a girl's time, really, innit? That's what it comes down to.
I had that the Clubhouse app, I downloaded that Clubhouse app, but because I'm on Android, it was like a budget version. I don't know what it was that I downloaded, but it was called Clubhouse, and I went on there and it was black people, just pure black people, and I was like, okay, what is this? And I found out that it was like a beta testing or whatever of the app.
Okay.
So while I was on there, I started listening to like conversations and that, and there was a girl on there talking about if a man that she's dating doesn't have money, she's not interested.
Okay.
And I was like, so if he ticks every single box, he ticks every single box. He's the loveliest guy. He treats you well. He's doing this and that. Him not having a certain paycheck, you're gonna lock him off for that. And she was like, yeah, because I'm at a position in my life that I need to feel stable, and I want to look to the future. He's a bum, like, and I was like, wow.
I get that though.
What about growth though, man? What about growth?
I get that. Obviously, some girls don't have the patience for growth, or to look. Some girls don't see potential. They want the finished product. They are at a point in their life where they're like, I can't wait anymore for this guy to reach his potential. And they might look back when this guy has reached his potential and he's at a certain level now, and they're like, oh, I wish I'd have just waited out. But that's up. I feel as though that's up to them, and it's quite a close-minded view. I think it is quite a close-minded view.
But you can't get upset then. You then can't get upset if you end up with a fuckboy.
Because it's a vicious cycle.
Those guys that are willing to, the majority of those guys that splash the cash on gal, is because they have to, because they got nothing else about them. All they've got is like a body or a face, but then man's got no personality. You're dating a brick wall.
I've been in that position where like I've just been blinded by looks and that, and then like you get to the point and it's just like, it's boring, man.
That's what I'm saying. And or what will happen is like she'll get into a relationship with him and he's cheating on her because he's flying high.
Yeah, it's a lot of ego in it.
You know those girls that are like, no one's in my DMs, and they know they got people in their DMs. No one you physically attractive to her in your DMs.
Yeah, I mean, I always take it when girls are like, don't talk to no one with a pinch of salt, man. Because I've seen girls be like, don't talk to no one. Next thing, they're a week later, they're out with man, and it's like
in their group chat they got 6 man in there.
Yeah, fam. It's like you can't. I'm not calling anyone a liar, but you have to just take it all with a pinch of salt, because people who I've been like, oh, she's like, because do you know what's mad on Valentine's Day? All year round, that's when you see who's got the man, and it's like, wait a minute, since when have you had a man, or since when have you had a girl? Like, and now you're doing up meals with the hand in the thing and happy Valentine's Day.
That's why I went through a stage of never wanting to be in a relationship, because I had spoken to girl with man, and I said to myself, that could never be me.
Talk about it. Never be I've been in that position too.
Like, you be in a position, you're talking to someone and you think they're single, and then like they've got a man. And it's like, okay, so you've got a man. Like,
and like,
I don't want to be that guy. Imagine my man's at home, thinking, I've got a real one.
My babes is out there.
She bangs gym. She's sexy. She's my number one. And meanwhile,
she's in the club just tearing a man down, just like, no, I've got a man, sorry. No, I've got a man, sorry. No, bat a man off like this. And in reality, she's out there lipsing.
That's what I'm saying. We can only come from a male point of view. So we're looking to get some girls in later on, so that
because I want to talk about the ick.
You want to talk about? I
want to talk about the ick, and obviously we can touch on it now, but like I want to talk about it with females in the room.
Icks? Have you got any ick?
I have I feel as though ick is such like a term the females use of.
I don't know,
but like it is like it's a turn off basically. But icks are just like weird little ones. So like remember there was an ick thread on Twitter. Did you ever see that?
I didn't see it.
They were like, girls, put your icks, and then all these girls were just saying the different icks. One girl was like, when he's watching the TV and he's eating his food on his lap, but he's on his tiptoes to reach the plate. Yo, I thought that was the maddest shit, yeah. And like, she's like, oh, like, but then there's mad ones like, oh, when it's raining and he's got an umbrella. She's like, just firm the rain. I'm thinking,
wow,
bro. I'm thinking, wow, fam. All of this is just mad because the way they pick like the most picky icks, I've probably give so many girls the ick by just like breathing.
Yeah.
But then it kicked off because like the girl ick thread like took off, and then the guys were like, okay, our turn for ick thread, and the girls kicked off because the man then would just come with some toxic shit, man. Like it was mad. But my personal icks, I don't know. I've been put off once because you know someone who just when a girl tries to be funny,
ooh,
and this is no disrespect. If you're like, she just wasn't funny, but she would continue to crack jokes. And it got to the point where it was pissing me off.
Wow.
Like, we was in the zone. We was in the moment. You get me? It was It was in the moment.
Bro, what joke was she busting then?
And fam, she's just busting, coming trying to be like fucking, I don't know, Tiffany Haddish or something. And I'm like, now's not the time, man. Man's trying to do up Magic Mike in the room and that. And she's like, dum. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, you're pissing me off here, you know.
Oh, wow.
But that was one. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Do you know what I don't like? I don't like Instagram. There's certain things on Instagram that I don't like girls that are too into Instagram in a whole. Like either I don't really like the ones that are out there like.
You mean like
can I just say, yeah, what is the trend, yeah? How every picture. 1 second.
Oh, camera.
All I see now, yeah.
You got that one. You've been practicing.
In every single picture, no one's forward facing. Back off all the time, batting on my face.
Hey,
like
if you do it, keep doing it. Keep doing your thing, girls.
No, but like I get it, but like it's just like it's now a thing. It's like you can't take a picture forward facing. It's batty,
and it's not a smile either. It's a weird. But like there's one pout that these girls do. And it's so I can't like think about what it looks like when we try it because you tried to make me do mad faces last week and I ain't doing it this week.
Yeah.
But it's just it's not a pout, but it's somewhere in between a pout and a smile. It's some weird like, and some girls somehow pull it off because if you're paying, you can pull a lot of things off.
Don't get me wrong, yeah. All these things that they do that is cringy, they look peng. Obviously, most of them are peng, but like. You see it, so the ding.
I just try and think
Drake
of the pros.
song, random Drake song, and then the slow motion like. Dun, dun. What are you doing, fam? I don't know what's going on. Like I can only see that so many times. It was cool at first, but now it's just like yeah.
And it's the same song as well, man.
Always the same song.
Like few songs.
What's the one at the minute?
I try to think.
Every single one is Tion Wayne, the new Tion Wayne, number one body.
Adiola when I roll with a geezer.
Or even what's the name? Mia Khalifa had it. Like the Americans.
Oh yeah,
buzz off that tune right now. Americans love that tune, man.
I only know that bit of the verse, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just know that Adiola when I roll with a geezer. Is it me or the lifestyle sweet? But another one is that, or anytime girls are out, you know, Friday night, everyone's looking nice. It's that sweetie song. Now my best friend, think I real man, that's another. You know what, sweetie? Yeah, I watched the interview with you know that Justin LA boy.
Okay, go on.
Oh man, the mentality for the girls nowadays are mad. She was literally saying like, a guy should just pay for everything, and then all the girls in the back were like, period. And I'm just thinking, shut up, man.
Okay, I got a question though.
Shut up, man.
Have we earned this new bad bitch mentality? Has it evolved from like girls getting fucked over so often, yeah, that now they're like, do you know what? I'm not fucking taking it no more. I'm gonna treat you like you treat me.
Nah,
do you think it's that? Or?
I hear that, and she made a good point as well. What she did make one good point, which I was like, she's like, we carry like a baby for like 9 months. Like you can just go and do whatever. You don't have to worry about all that, and like your body's changing. So she was like, but then she turned it into a thing like, so that means when it's Christmas, you buy me stuff and I don't buy you anything. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I think
I do get like they have to go through a lot more. and stuff, like they get, obviously some guys are dogs, man. You know what I mean?
Bro, I know, like, dogs, I think, like, I come from an age where I think, because I was younger, I don't know so much that girls were getting fucked over, man. They were getting treated a certain way and men just didn't give a fuck. Man. So part of me does think that it's get your own back and now men are reaping what they sow a little bit, possibly. Or maybe it was still like this, but I just didn't know because I was younger. And
I feel as though, because obviously she's got her own money now, so she's, the bar she sets for a guy is going to be even higher. So going back to what we were saying as well before, you know, when you was like, I want to make an example of when girls say they justify their man with money, but he's a nice guy. My question is, how did you get to the point of knowing he's a nice guy? How did you entertain that first conversation to realizing? Because there's been cases where I've seen a very attractive female with a not so attractive guy.
Yeah.
And I've always been like, has he got money? Find out he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, it's not about his money. It's about he's being a nice guy. But my question is, how did you give him that time to entertain?
I'll answer it. Money.
Please.
Like, this is the fact, yeah? This is a fact. There are nice men in the world, yeah? And I think those girls, when she is turning around and saying, he's a nice guy, I believe it. I believe that my man is actually a nice guy, yeah? Doesn't matter what he looks like, he's a nice guy. But for you to give him that chance, he's flown you to wherever. He's flown you to Dubai. He's flown you to his private island somewhere. And then you've got to know that person. So it's like, maybe if you got to know other guys, you would find that they are a nice guy, but they don't have that ability to buy you a Ferrari.
The more you spend time with someone, the more you get to know them as a person. So the more you're either going to like him or dislike him. So if he's a nice guy, you're going to grow to like him more. But it's easy to like someone when you're in Dubai and the sun's out and the vibes are nice, you get me?
Do men date chicks just for money? I feel like...
I haven't, but I would.
Wow.
Hey.
So, okay. So put it this way, yeah? Girl's dead. She's dead. We're talking dead. But she rolls up in a range and she's like, hey, baby, I'm going to take you to Nobu. I'm going to pay for your studio fee.
Aye, and get me a little drip as well, a little drip now and again.
Does that not make you a prostitute, bro?
Nah, man.
Would you not feel like a prostitute? Because
she's a nice woman. She's a nice woman, Dev. She's a nice woman, man.
She's a nice woman.
Bro, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm on there?
She's driving you around in the range. You see your boy, she just dip her head. Yes!
You know, you're walking back or somewhere, you walk ahead and you're like, oh, yeah, sorry, I just need to walk 10 meters ahead to get signal. And then when they're gone, you're like, oh, yeah, so what are you saying?
Do you know what's mad? Honestly,
Have you ever done that? Like,
bro, this is what I'm saying. I don't have a type, yeah?
Okay.
And I've been with girls that I haven't found super attractive. Like, I found them attractive, but like not peng, but like they've had a good personality and they've had a good heart.
That can win you over, man.
A good person.
Win you over.
I think men are more willing to like.
We're not shallow, man. We're not shallow guys here over at Well Seasoned.
We are a little bit. We're not. But
that's what I'm trying to say. I don't care about anyone else. They throw everyone under the bus apart from the Well Seasoned Mandem. That's what we do.
I'd date a little person as well.
What do you mean by little person?
That's the term that you use, a little person. Would you date a little person?
Bro, what?
Don't bottle it, bro. Don't bottle it. Would you date her? Say, okay, she's peng. Like, she's a tiny she's a tiny Rihanna. Say Rihanna, yeah, was 4 foot smaller than she is. Oh, that's like 1 foot.
Hold on. I was going to say, man.
That tiny little...
Bro, I see what you're chatting about on your Insta story. What's your sudden obsession with little people, man?
I don't know, I don't know. I just think sometimes I imagine certain situations and it makes me giggle.
I mean... How much money she got?
I'm not... Wow.
How much money she got?
Stack bigger than her.
Hey, fam, I'm lips in them cat. Lips in.
That's bad.
Is that bad? Bro, don't you bring this topic up, yeah? And then not.
Do you know why? Do you know why I bring it up?
Do you know why
I bring it up? It's because I think to myself, like, I've never been in that situation. And it's like, would you? Like, it's you
actually can't rule anything out, man. When the maddest thing, like, now there's few things you can rule out, true say, but like
now I'm here, I'm genuinely thinking about it. Like, would I date a little person? I'm like, why not? Like, I think obviously you're gonna have problems in your relationship, like very similar to like an interracial couple. Like, it's gonna be weird. You're gonna have to back your girl a lot.
It's when it's you gotta have thick skin because you know like a lot's gonna come with that. So if if you can accept it, then you don't, and you could stop worrying about whatever comes. Because I think there's a lot of relationships now, especially if for example, there's a difference in attractiveness, or someone is of like, whether they have a disability or whether they're just different. I feel as though a lot of the battle is not between them. They might get along fine, but it's just think about what other people think. People care nowadays about what other people think.
All jokes aside, like I do think about like how hard it must be to have certain disabilities, yeah, and just be like, I want to be with so and so, but they can't see past my disability, and I think how much of a head fuck that must be, like.
Yeah, like
even like for instance, say you was dating a girl, and you're deep in a relationship, and they got disfigured or something like that.
Yeah.
Or say you were paralyzed from the waist down. Like,
Right,
would you expect your partner to stick with you? Would you want them to be in that relationship, or would you set them free? That's a question.
Because like I would accept if something happened to me and I was like, for example, I ended up in a wheelchair or something happened. I wouldn't feel. I would appreciate her more if she stayed and like she stayed low. But like I can understand both sides of it, because you can love someone. I feel you can love someone, but you can fall out of lust. Yeah. So if she doesn't find, like, she might not find me attractive anymore. Like, I accept that. You know what I mean? Because you can. It's like the whole. They were talking about that about the Will Smith, Jada, and the August thing.
Yeah.
They were like, Will and Jada, they obviously love each other and they've stayed together for the kids, but they've clearly fell out of lust. So that's why they go and do like the other things. So I feel once you fall out of lust, it will affect the relationship, because that's a big part, man.
I think I would let them go. I think I'd have to, if something happened to me, I think like...
I wouldn't force them to stay or guilt trip them.
Yeah, but bro, just imagine that life of like, you're in love with someone, yeah? Proper love, you've been together for years and years, and something happens and you know that you're never ever going to be able to give them certain things that they deserve, yeah? I would have to let them, I think I'd have to let them go.
Also, I hate sympathy. I don't deal well with sympathy.
Yeah.
And I feel as though with that comes a lot of sympathy. Like, oh, can I help? Or, and you'd be like, I don't like all the sympathy. Even when like I've had like traumatic things happen in my life, and then people be like, come over to me and be like, you're all right. Like, for example, if like a family member's died or whatever, I don't like sympathy. I want to kind of be normal with me.
Do you know what? To speak on that, like when tragedies and stuff happen, yeah, are you a person that's like awkward about it? Like, because I know some people are like, expect a message from their friends. And then for me, for example, if something happens, like, I just want to be alone.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that.
I don't really
I don't really show a lot of emotion. Like, yeah, I'm trying to, like, I'm thinking about a year and a half ago, like, my nan passed away, innit? And I was just very in my own little world. Like, I didn't really want to be around, like, and I know, like, you should, like, as the man of the house or whatever, you should kind of be around for your family. And I was, but I was kind of, I needed my own space as well. I don't like grieving. I don't like the whole talking about the moments, and then, because it just gets stuck in your head. So I like trying to just take my mind off things and just being normal.
I remember that time, because I'm the type of person that when sad things happen to people, I get awkward.
It's awkward.
I don't know what to say. It's like, I want to be there for you, but at the same time, like, my personality is to bust a joke.
Fam.
And I'm like, oh, what do I, how do I make this
it's, for example, around that time as well, if you would have like come to me and be like, Shak, I feel for you so much, I'm here if you need me, I'd have just been like, yo, shut up, man.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, get me? Like, it's just, I'm not like, especially if I have that relationship with someone where we have deep conversations, then like, okay. But me and you, like, we're very similar in terms, we laugh at like our own pain. Like,
exactly, we laugh at it. I just
find humor is like a good way of dealing with things. That's how I've always dealt with something. I've
got certain friends that benefit certain things. Like some friends, you just go, I can't be deep with you at all.
Yeah.
And you go, I know that's our friendship, and then that's like where I hide it. But like, this takes me on to another subject actually. Like, what's your view because it's currently it's Mental Health Week.
Okay.
So probably when this comes out, it might be gone, but it's still a relevant situation.
Yeah, it's always relevant.
There's a whole thing about black men and mental health and stuff like that, because they don't feel like they could talk to their friends. Would you feel comfortable like showing your weaknesses to your friends?
Yeah, I would.
And sitting down with them if you were seriously going through some shit.
Yeah, because I've had little bouts of like anxiety and shit. Like, it was actually like down to music. I was putting too much pressure on myself. This is like, So when I dropped the Seasons EP,
Okay.
and like no one really knows about this because I was just
This is a perfect example. This is an example of what I'm saying.
It was only like one person I really had a conversation with, and then they was telling me like one of my friends, they were like, they went through like a similar thing as well with like their like mental health and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just like, I'm the type of person, I'm a perfectionist, especially in terms of my music, and it was just, I had a little streak of pressure of putting out my first project and wanting it to be perfect, and then having unproductive studio sessions, and it would just like build up, and I'd be getting frustrated, and then I was spending money just going back and perfecting things. And like Kof will tell you as well, like when I'm in the studio, he's like, yeah, that sounds sick, and I'm like, nah, like no change, I don't like it. So I was spending a lot of money, and then I was looking at me like financial situation thinking, oh, like and it was, everything was just getting on top of me, and the pressure, and like and it's not even pressure from other people, it's the pressure I put on myself. And then like I was just, and like if I'd gone home from work or I'd been in the studio, I'd come home and I'd just go and sit in my room. I would literally just go and sit in my room all night, and then like my mum would be like, you all right? And I'd be like, yeah. And then, but I just kind of just got over that.
I think it's a creative mindset of wanting to be a perfectionist.
For sure.
Like I've gone through bouts of like, I wouldn't call it depression because I think there's a big difference, and I wouldn't want to label.
That's another thing.
Because you don't want to.
Yeah, because I feel as though it could be depression, but there's levels of depression. You don't want to be like, oh, I had depression, then you look at someone else's depression and they were having suicidal thoughts and that. Like, I don't want to compare mine to theirs because mine obviously didn't get to that.
Do you know what's mad? One of my friends posted this year, and I think it kind of sums it up. She said like, a reminder on Mental Health Awareness Week: feeling sad or anxious, especially in response to difficult events, does not mean your mental health is bad. In fact, being able to feel a full spectrum of emotions, both good and bad, is actually indicative of good mental health.
Okay.
It says, don't let toxic positivity on social media fool you into thinking we have to be happy all the time. There's no light without darkness.
Yeah.
And I think that's just deep in itself, because mental health's being thrown around a lot now. So it's almost in. It's almost in, and like people are coming out and saying...
It's become trendy.
Yeah,
people have a bad day and they be like, yeah, I'm depressed.
Yeah, I think it's important to know the difference, because I think I've been down before. It's a creative thing, because I think when you're not where you want to be, and 100%. If you're not doing what you want to do, you can get into a slump where you're just in your yard,
100%.
in your boxies, upset, whatever. Yeah. But what I find that helps for me is anytime something negative happens to me, I use it as fuel.
I do that as well.
Anytime something really hurts me,
I never forget as well. I'm very petty, and I remember everything. Like anything that someone said to discourage me, I'll always remember.
I'll use that, and I'll say, I'll go to the gym and I'll work 10 times as hard. Or I'll throw myself, rather than let it hurt me. If something majorly hurts me, I push back as hard as I can. And I find that it works, man.
Nah, it does, man. Like it's when you want to be great at something, and when you have a passion for something, it takes over your life. Like, I can't see myself in my life. I've been to uni, I've got a degree, I'm intelligent, blow my own trumpet, all that. Like, I've got a lot of potential to do many different things in my life, but there's only one thing that really I can see myself doing, and that's music. I don't want to do anything else. I won't be satisfied until like I'm earning a living off doing that. That's my mentality now. It might change over time.
Do you know what my mentality is? This one's another deep one before we'll keep it moving after this.
Yeah, I was going to say, man.
My mentality is this, everybody wants to be a success. Everyone wants to be a success. But the way I try to look at things is, I don't think everybody can't be a success. Yeah. But I think that human beings impact each other. So even, for instance, you might be out in a club, someone steps on your shoe and you get in a fight or whatever. That chain reaction could spark another chain reaction, and so on and so on. And like, for instance, if you're in a relationship with someone and it ends badly, they could go away and become big and change the world. Yeah. Or like, you could, because of that relationship, they go and get pregnant with someone else, and that kid cures cancer. Okay. Or something like that, bro. Something mad like that. I just think that we don't know what chain of reaction we're sparking.
You don't.
So I don't think that everyone's gonna change the world, but I think things that you do to random people can change the world.
It actually does, and like, it's funny you say that. Just one last thing on this. All them times I've been down, all it's taken is one random comment or one random message that like has just made me think, you know what, like, like I can do this. Like this is why I'm doing this. Like someone would be like, oh, listen to your song. Or like I've never heard of you. I listened to your song and it was sick. I've got it on my playlist. Something small as that.
Yeah,
or someone like you don't even expect to share your song on Instagram and be like, oh, have anyone heard this? And I'm like, yo, like you didn't ask you to do that. You didn't have to do that. But like that makes me think, yeah, like at least someone likes my song enough who doesn't even know me personally to go and share that.
I've had random people say that they've watched me on Kaching or something, and having somebody black their age inspired them.
Bro, yeah.
And they've gone on to do acting and stuff like that.
Fam.
And you go, they're the kind of things
people out here as kids trying to make a milli for their mum and that, bro. The Kaching and that, man. That was a powerful show, man. Like,
hey, listen,
you read between the lines and that.
I tell you what.
Go on.
We get enough likes on this, yeah? We'll do a Kaching reunion. We'll bring the guys back.
Aye.
We'll get it popping.
Well, I'll even allow Sprinter for 1 week to have the Kaching intro on the thing.
That
was a banger.
Hey, the TikTok.
But still, I was going to ask you, like, still on that subject, what would you say is your proudest moment of your career? Like, because you've done a lot of shit, man.
But I've done a lot of stuff.
Done a lot of shit.
Do you know what? I'd say Kaching only because it was light years ahead of its time. Like, yeah, everyone's chatting about diversity now. We had diversity then, and it wasn't a thing. And also, like, the message was so deep. Like, so he had his mum was a nurse.
Right, yeah.
So she was a hardworking woman.
You had a little brother.
He was in school, like, he was an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you were the breadwinner, man. You were the breadwinner.
A black kid with his own business. Yeah, it's actually something to look up to. Like, it was light years ahead. There was black people in it, white people in it, Chinese people in it. We had everyone in it.
Entrepreneur, man was out here making dough, you know, just running things, bro. Man was Ghost before Ghost.
Jeez.
Which in the schoolyard and that. Man.
Imagine if I'd been shooting people up on Kaching.
I know, man.
Just like, yo.
Any producers want to just take this idea? Yeah, we'll take a little Kaching, but like the gangster version, innit?
Yeah, gangster Kaching.
So you say that's the proudest moment, yeah? That's because you're the main character of a show that was like loads of like, I know, as I said on the other pod, like my friends when they first met you was like, oh, like I used to watch Kaching as a kid. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I get that so often. Like, I'm proud of that. Like, I was people's childhood, but I did the Spice Girls movie, bro.
Mad thing.
I feel like that's up there as well, because it's like working with the Beatles, bro. They were a phenomenon.
Yeah, they're like one of the biggest bands of all time. And
that was up there. What about you, man?
I would say, in terms of shows, like what I could put on my resume, like I supported the game.
Wow.
And this was only like less than 2 years into me even doing music.
Wow.
Like I got shouted to do a show with the game, like support him on his. Do you know what's mad as well? I've told you before, the game's one of my favorite rappers as well. Like, I really like the game, and he was doing a UK tour, and I bought tickets to his Manchester show. And then like a week later, they shouted to me, he was like, yo, would you support Game on his Liverpool? I thought it was banter. I was like, nah. Like the game, like as in this is how we do, as in hated the game. So then obviously, and that was the same month I supported Dappy as well. So bro, that month I thought, yo, I'm blowing up me. Jay-Z's gonna holler in my phone. Like, this is a mad month. So I remember I went to the game. I still had the tickets for the money one. So I remember I went like a few days after the Liverpool show. But other than that, I've had like.
Can I ask you then, on a real, right?
Yeah.
Do these things actually get you anywhere? Because it's often like I'll go to a concert and I'll have a warm-up artist and I'll be like, I don't know, my man, I'm going to the toilet, I'm gonna have a poo. Or like or like, is there traction for those artists afterwards?
I feel as though there is. I feel as though I weren't ready for that show. Like, it was too early in my career. I weren't ready for that show.
Yeah.
Just started rapping. I was fortunate back then. I feel as though I would love to have that type of opportunity now. To be fair, even like when I done the show with Mike Lowry, and like their fan base is very strong. Hopefully trying to get Mike Lowry in the studio as well at some point. Well Seasoned.
Mike Lowry.
Jeez, come on.
You're not the only singer.
Well, I would sing, but you know.
Nah, save
it for the Clash, innit? But yeah, their fan base is strong, and a lot of them, I supported them. A lot of their fans come on to me, and it helped. They grew my following, and there's some people to this day from that concert who will still like hit me up and be like, "Oh, that was check out my new music, or
that's good.
Just reminisce on that show, because it was a good night. That it was a big night for Liverpool urban music. Very big night. Actually, I think the first and only had like sold out show on a Liverpool venue of just all black Liverpool urban artists. I don't think that's been done like a proper venue.
That's big, that, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Lowry, shout out to everyone.
That's progression, man.
You having your own TV show, being on EastEnders, all that. Have you met someone who's had you starstruck?
Right, that's a good question. Do you know what? You start to desensitize. Because I was so young, yeah, my mentality is so different. I'm harder to impress.
Yeah.
Like, I see them, I get to a point where I don't want to look up certain people I want to look up to, but ultimately, yeah,
they're your peers.
They should be my peers.
Yeah, they should be your peers.
Like,
that's how I look at it now.
Yeah, the people who I look up to, like, they should be my rivals.
Yeah, that's how I look at music artists. Even my favorite artists that I listen to, I feel as though if I would like meet them, I would talk to them as if like I'm on your level.
Also,
like I'm like, we're both human, we're both doing the same thing. You're making millions doing it, I'm not. But regardless, I'm trying to get to where you're trying to get. So if I come at a fanboy, like a little fanboy thing, like they'll look at me and be like, yo, you're not ready for this life. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how I'd look at it.
I have a rule as well. Like, my heroes, the ones that would make me starstruck, I never want to meet them.
In case they let you down.
I don't want to be let down. I never want to be let down. Like, I remember when I was a kid, it was my birthday, and I got to go to the Arsenal game, yeah? And I got taken downstairs to the car park.
Okay.
And I was meeting all the footballers. Like, at the time, Ali Adair was there dancing. Toure was there.
Okay.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Mad.
So Dennis came up, and Dennis was lovely. Dennis Bergkamp was a lovely person. And then, like, I've got a shirt that's basically got the whole team. So I'm there. I was waiting for.
You're not going to say that Thierry Henry.
So I'm waiting for Thierry, and he comes down. Like, I've been waiting. I've seen all these other ballers, and I'm made up. Like, I've got a hat that's signed. I've got my old jersey, and I've saved. It was sponsored by O2 at the time, yeah. And I saved the O2 for Thierry Henry. So he's come down, and I've been like expecting big things from him, yeah.
You're man to go va-va-voom, sign the shirt.
He came down, signed the thing, and got off. Now I'm older. I understand it. It's not disappointing to me. Like, he's had a game. He's probably knackered.
Gets it every single day of his life. But when you're a kid, yeah, and granted, I can't even take it badly because he signed the center of my O2 shirt, Thierry Henry, and it's amazing. But like, I remember being disappointed, thinking that he'd like, I don't know, he'd just lift you up
take
and be
me
like,
into his arms and be like, I'm your dad. Because I didn't have a dad, so I thought like maybe Thierry's my dad. Maybe he's like, Devon, I have been missing you for so long.
You know what?
I'm sorry I left your mum, but she was a bit of a bitch. But I'm here now.
I can see the resemblance, man.
I'm in for you.
Same beard.
Yeah. So, you know, I think I thought Thierry might be my new daddy, but he wasn't. And I remember being disappointed, but as I've grown older, like, I get it.
Yeah, nah, I've heard that, like, when J. Cole said about Nas in it, the Let Nas Down.
Bro, that's what a powerful song that is as well.
Long live your idols, may they never be your rivals. But I'm coming for all of them. Nah, I'm joking, man. I'd say I would try and not be starstruck, but like, I don't know, man. Certain people, it's just like they have a presence when they enter the room. Like, I feel as though if like Jay-Z just walked in here now, I'd just be a bit like, bro, he's got like a presence. Like, that's Hove. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's different, man. Do you know what? On that subject, quickly, rappers, yeah. Have you noticed like what I appreciate in rappers is their growth as human beings? Because Jay-Z, you know, they all spit that gangster shit, yeah. But this is the point that I feel like I'm in my life, yeah. Is there's a switch where it all makes sense.
Gotta evolve,
and they evolve, and even the shit that they start spitting about.
Jay-Z's
so
rapping,
real.
All Jay-Z's rapping about now is business, bro.
Business
deals.
Do you know what? Black empowerment.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. When you're younger, you don't really, you're oblivious to that stuff.
And you still got these 50-year-old wash man them just trying to chat this hood shit, man.
Bro, it's mad. Like
these niggas, man.
I only listen to people that have growth. Like hearing a strong black man perform growth and grow up.
Even though 50 hasn't grown up on Instagram, like his music, he's talking about like more like
he's
power
different.
moves and stuff.
Well, I think he's grown up. I think 50's
just a troll, man. He's just 50's gonna 50, innit?
That's his thing. But I think even 50 just
what
growth.
we haven't done today? It's all the Marbs. Should we bring back the return of the Marbs Chronicles? Have we got time for a little story? Because I'm saying it's getting close to summer. The weather's been miserable the last couple of weeks, but Marbs could be on the cards this year if he lets us fly out, man.
I hope so, man. I really hope so.
Bring back Sisu as well.
I need a holiday. Sisu's.
Anyone who's been Marbs, anyone listening who's been Marbs and has been to Sisu, yeah, I don't have to say anymore. I do not have to say anymore.
Burnt down though, isn't it?
Yeah, sadly.
I don't know if Marbs will be the same without it.
I don't know if I could go Marbs without Sisu.
So what's your Marbs story? You got one?
I got one in my head. I'm trying to think what we can and can't tell, man. Okay, I've got a funny one.
Go on.
I'm going to tell... First of all, shout out my guy Marcio, man.
Hey!
Shout out. Listen,
Marcio,
when I tell you, Marcio is the plug for Marbs. He's sorted out so many days and nights out for us, so I cannot thank him enough.
Thank you, Marcio.
Thank you, Marcio. But the guy doesn't know my name. The guy doesn't know my name. So basically, Marcio is from Essex.
I think so. Yeah.
He's from here. He set up shop in Marbella. His nickname is Mr. Marbella.
Yep.
So anything in Marbella that's going on, it's Marcio.
Mr. Marbella.
Mr. Marbella.
Also, my boy Gary, who owns Scintillate as well.
Scintillate, Nicky Beach, Tibu, all the clubs. He's got his hand in every pot. So Marcio and Dev go way back. Like, you know each other. I think, like, I remember he's
been to Liverpool.
Had something to do with the Empire and that.
Yeah.
So every year we've gone over to Marbs. Well, Dev's like, yo, I'll get in touch with Marcio. Like, he's like, we can link up with him. We always go for lunch with him at his night at his
Nicky Beach. We have a little lunch, little sushi,
all that, like every little important people's bit, all that.
Yeah.
So then every year, it's like Dev, he comes over, we all sit at his table. And then he's so happy to see Dev because they go back. So it's just a big reminiscence session. So I'm just like, just eating my food, innit? Oh, how's the acting going, Dev? In his accent, his like Essex accent. And how's the accent? How's the acting going, Dev? And all that and stuff like that. So then obviously he's Mr. Marbella, so he has plenty of contacts. And he goes, oh, all right, girls, come over here. So this is my boy Devon from London. He's an actor. And this is...
he does the Will Smith. He does the Will Smith like this.
I'm like, Shak like this. So then
Shak.
Yeah, of course. So then later on, we every time we go for lunch with him in the beach party, he's like, right, lads, we're gonna go have a night out. We're gonna go and go to my bars. Gonna go, and he sorts us out. Big up, as I said, big up Marcio. If he ever sees this, he sorts us out all like the drinks and stuff like that.
So we go to see him in the nighttime.
The nighttime. You think after I introduce myself a couple of times, you might maybe even call me Jack. I wouldn't even be mad. You know what I mean? But like, so then the nighttime we got our own table. We're like, yo, this is it. The bottles, the shisha. We're living life. He's like, oh, boys, like that. Comes, gives us a big hug. Lets us in. Brings the girls to the table, and he goes, all right, ladies. So this is Devon. This is Devon.
You know
Devon.
Me,
you know Devon. Oh yeah, used to be on TV.
Yeah.
And go on, introduce yourself. Don't be rude. So every year, like, and the funniest thing is he didn't get onto it at first, and I think we've spun Marbella 3 times, and I think we linked up. There must have been 3 times or 2 times. It's like the last year I went, yo, Dev, have you clocked? Marcio don't know my name, and he just burst into tears. And like, obviously, when we go to his Nicky Beach event, we get a nice little picture. He puts it on the account and all stuff like that. And he goes, at the end, he always does his Instagram, and he's like, right, boys, so Dev, what's your Insta? What's your Insta? Types it in, Dev, and he just goes to me and goes, what's my name?
Put yourself in.
Just didn't know how to spell it. Oh, bro, but shout out Marcio, that's my guy, man.
I love that. He still don't know who you are.
No, but if you're watching Shak Omar,
Shak Omar music.
Well, what are you saying? You got a quick story before we wrap up?
A quick one? Okay. There was a time this time where I parred someone this time. So we've gone on a night out. I think it was the same night of Crack Shack, which is the craziest part, yeah? It's the same night as Crack Shack.
So I was on a come down.
So it's exactly the same night. And I knew a girl from Liverpool. from the city.
Yeah.
A fellow thespian and that. So we knew each other.
The one I tried to fight the guy over. Like, we tried to protect him. You know what I mean? Crack power.
So we've gone out. We've left after Crack Shack's at his moment, and we've gone to another club, and we're on our way there. And so obviously, I think I must have started spitting game at some point. I'm spitting game
because the girls we were with, we were just kind of friendly with them, but then they were with some other girls from Essex.
Yeah,
who were like all like a little bit bougie. So they like the Scouse accent on, so I was chatting to one of them, and then you were spitting a bit of game as well.
So I start spitting a bit of game to the one that I know. But anyway, later on in the night, it's got to the end of the night, and they've blown us out. They've blown us out. They found these rich guys up in the hills or something like that.
After party.
And they've gone. We had that moment again of being built up, and
all we could offer them is Cheetos and cookies in a fucking small hotel room, and they were like, "Yo, come this mansion party." I was like,
So we lost basically. So I'm getting home. We get home, don't we?
Yeah.
And we're in bed, and my phone's. I'm thinking, bro, who's calling me in my bed? That's a bit random. So anyway, I picked up the phone. It's the girl.
Yeah.
So she's like, "It's all gone pear-shaped. Like it's gone wrong. Help! Like, come get us."
They've kicked us out.
They've kicked us out.
They brought new girls in. We got relegated.
We got relegated. They're violating. And
Sheffield United.
She's on the phone and she's kicking up. She's thinking, now, I've been violated.
And before you go into it, a lot of men who are on holiday and they're desperate to beat, they would have been like, getting a change. I'm coming to get you. Come, like, obviously bring them back to the hotel, hoping that it will go down.
Yep. But I'm not like that.
We're well seasoned.
We're well seasoned, bro.
Sometimes we can be a little bit salty.
Could be a little bit salty. And do you know what? You had your chance. You blew it.
You blew it.
Basically, you had your chance. You could have had all of this. And you fucked it.
And you blew it. Bitch, I do it.
But now, she's bringing me. And she's like, oh, I don't know where I am. And I'm thinking, what do you want me to do? Like, so I'm salty now.
Yeah. She's like, are you with? Like, and all that. You was like, are you with? She's like, oh, no, whatever.
Next minute, I kind of want this conversation to end. So I've gone for the old school cartoon.
Yeah.
Up, hit, up, right?
Honestly, the way you done it is almost so sick. Was sick.
So she's on the other end going, no, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'll go outside. I'll go, serious. Hit. What to do?
And then she's like, I'll call you back. And then she's like, oh yeah, call me back. She called back. He's like,
so I'm literally faking the conversation, but she's taking it deadly serious on the other side, and she's like, no, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Did she?
And then you was like, text me.
That. And then I've just got a message.
What did she text you? What did she text you? It was just 2 words.
She sent me a message, yeah. She must have been licking. She said, kiss me.
Literally. You're in the middle of the hills, been thrown out of a party. You have one text to save your life, and you text the guy,
kiss me.
Coming on some Soldier Boy thing, kiss me through the phone, you know.
Oh, wow. I don't know what she thought, but like,
she's still alive now, though.
Yeah, she's
still alive now.
She's very much alive.
I think.
Did we go out with them the next day or something?
Nah, we wouldn't have done that, man. We wouldn't have done that.
I think we stayed. I'm cool with them. No hard feelings.
Because we've been salty a couple of times in Marbs. We've had a couple of times we've been violated, and we've been horrible.
Yeah.
But that's Marbs. That could come to Marbs. Marbs Chronicles Part 3.
Part 3, man. So we've come to the end.
We are coming to the end of the Well Seasoned podcast.
Before they go, I want them to do us a big favor, like and subscribe the thing. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, maybe Twitter, maybe all them things there. Because like I said, I thought we was gonna be.
We should be on at least 2,000 followers now.
250,000.
Yo, anyone who's seen the last episode and they haven't posted it, share it, man, please. One love, yeah.
Wow.
What's wrong with this guy, man? Is this guy okay?
Oh, what do you mean? Anyone who's seen it?
Anyone who's seen it. Obviously, we need the views up and that. So anyone who's just seen it, I know a lot of people have messaged me and been like, "Yo, good episode," but you know, just throw it to your people, man. You get me? A little share goes a long way. What is wrong with this guy?
Oh my God. Wow.
He's
Wow.
are you okay?
I'm not involved. Whatever his name is.
You don't man to promote it. I'm trying to get promotion. I'm trying to get the views up and that.
Hey, listen, I believe in the content. Our content
Yeah,
is
bro,
sick.
our content's elite.
Stay
bro.
on the journey.
Go back
because-
and watch episode 0 just a taste. Go back watch episode 1 Mac and G's featuring Michael Griffiths.
Sick.
Go back and watch episode 2. We ain't named it yet.
Watch them all.
Watch them all.
Watch them
and
all.
we've said this before. We're going to be putting more content on the YouTube, not just the podcast. We're funny guys, man. So we got all different stuff planned.
Yeah, if you want to be involved or anything like that, just hit
YouTube
our DMs.
videos. We're out here. We're trying to be active. But thank you everyone for tuning into episode 2. Have I got this week?
Of course you have, bro.
All right, man. Well, they ask us why we're well seasoned. It's because man, I got sauce.
Man, I got sauce.
Man, I got spice. And sometimes, clearly, man can be a little bit salty. One love, well seasoned, gang.
We're fucking sick.
Yeah, we actually.